every human being, every child, even animals, they long for freedom. And that's why there was a movie, Born Free. We are born free. We are free human beings. Our free spirit is that which is able. I can be able to speak. I have right to speak. I have right to think. And I have right to act within the limitation that makes others also comfortable. You act in love. You speak with love so that you do not affect the freedom of the other. And that's why Jesus said, I came that you may have life and have it in abundance. But when Satan comes, he comes to steal. What does he come to steal? He comes to steal your joy. He comes to steal your freedom. He comes to steal everything that makes you happy. He comes to steal your joy from you. He also kills your relationships with God and with man. And because you know that man cannot stay without a relationship, once that one is killed, that man is destroyed. And I have seen many destroyed. In my life, I have had situations that I needed to make free decisions. I had the freedom to do many things, but I don't do them. Why? Because the people who live with me must also enjoy that space and be happy with me. Everything we do must be centered in knowledge, in love, and in truth. For God is love. And we have seen this country. It is going south. There's no love. The choices we make are wrong choices. And the consequences have been dire. That is why we have an ailing economy. That is why everyone is looking for white-collar job when they have talents, which even if they knew they were the employers in this country. But they are still waiting and tamarking, waiting for space in government salaries. And everyone is crying to be employed there. The wage bill is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. While we have talents, serious talents in everyone. But are we willing in love and making the right choices to do even manual jobs that could make us be able to make that living? It is a freedom to choose. I've traversed this nation, Bishop, and you are with me in Mombasa. And you have seen young people who have made the wrong choice. And they went into drugs, dropped out of university. They live in dens. They inject themselves day and night. They are high on drugs. They are lost. And we are trying to get them back into divine alignment, to their dreams and to their vision. And I believe a country like this one of ours, with people who are very talented, with doctors, with nurses, with psychologists, we ought to take care of one another. We may need to make a decision. When you see your brother who is lost there, and you are psychologists, you don't have to be paid. Sometimes we can do it for free. That is the freedom to choose the right thing, to do the right thing, and to change and to transform a life of another. So we say wrong uses of freedom of choice results into negative consequences. They generate hate, they generate bitterness and resentment, while the freedom that is made in wisdom and practiced in love results to positive responses and love and unity and forgiveness. This country needs to stand on the platform of love and forgiveness. There is too much bitterness. I look at my children because I also see what they write there. And my heart is pained and very sorrowful because I see a generation that is reaching out to be loved. A generation that is reaching out to be heard. But we have the freedom as parents to be able to choose to listen to them. Children out there, they are bitter, they say things, but from all the insults and everything they put there, what they are yearning for is love from their parents. And I can tell you even again, and I will say here, I choose to listen and to go through what you write because I feel you and I cannot understand you until I read and see what it is going through your mind and your heart. We were so busy, Bishop, as parents. We chose and made wrong choices. We went for things because we thought freedom was where we can be able to gain things, do great businesses, have big cars, have big houses, thrive. And we forgot to make the right choice, to bring up families, to speak to our children, to guide them to the Lord, to point them to the Lord, to give them identity, to love them and make sure that they grew to mature to their place of leadership and to the place of great parents today. And that is why we decided we are going to have campus ladies. We have parents who have no idea. They are clueless of how to bring up their children because we forgot our responsibility. We chose the wrong path. We gave them things instead of love. We gave them things instead of teaching them the way to go. And we are paying dearly. We are paying. It was freedom for us to choose as parents. We chose to give them things instead of love. And I really want to apologize to our children. Across this world, everywhere, we were busy in pursuit of things. And we come to realize, too late. Say too late. They did not want things. The land that we were trying to buy them, they don't want the land. Even the beautiful clothes, designer clothes we thought they wanted, they don't want them. In fact, they want jeans that are torn. You want to buy them nice blouses. They want tubo cuts. You want to buy them very nice shoes that we think they are decent. Actually, they want to walk bare feet. And they want to wear shorts. And socks. You see now, don't confuse me, you gaga. I love you, and whatever you wear, just know as a mother, I love you, and we care. But there is one thing you don't know about us young people. All the things we do is because we love you. It is a strange love. You don't even understand it. I remember one of the things, and I love to tell people about it. When my children were growing up, even Bishop here, They used to live somewhere, and we used to go with my children, and I would come with both of them. They used to love playing Scrabble. And they would come, and Bishop would sit on the opposite, and they would play. And sometimes I would look and see him allow them to beat him. And they would celebrate. That is love. He encouraged them by allowing them to beat him, and it would look like real. But as a mother, as I watched, I would see he's actually deliberately and intentionally trying to encourage them so that next time they will come. And so when they were growing, we will speak with them. We would sit on one sofa, and we make a train from the father, myself, Keith, and Kevin and Keith. But when they started to grow, the same house, which we ourselves built, where I'm the one who is paying for the cleaning and housekeeping. Somebody tells me to knock. Young people. I didn't realize as they were growing, things were changing. And you know both of them are men. And so he will come and like he wants to fight with red eyes. Why are you entering my room? I asked which room. Which room? My room. What wrong did I do? And you can see he's completely upset that I entered the room without knocking. And I asked him, how come all these years I've opened mine, you come and you don't knock? But he started growing, and they started growing. And the more they grew, the far apart in terms of the way we used to relate, we became. Because when they locked themselves in there, he would come, say, hi, mommy. The next thing I hear is, bye, mommy. So you tell me, how do you expect us to dialogue and to understand in one another why it's hi, daddy, and bye, daddy. Hi, mommy, bye, mommy. And then, of course, because they grew and I love them, I decided to make sure they don't go anywhere. They wanted their freedom. And I was restricting the freedom. And because it's hi, mommy, bye, mommy, we did not sit down and discuss why I don't want them to go out. I was listening to other parents having problems and challenges with their young people, where they go out there and their drinks are lined with drugs, and some of them had had accident. And therefore, I had a phobia of my own going out there, and then I lose my children. And so I became a very strict mother. And when they want to go, I say no. And of course, when they went to their father would also give a resounding no. And we had to struggle. So young men and young women across the world, we have to find a place where we make the right choices. If we have to speak to you, you have to open the space for us to speak to you. We failed, and we are saying sorry, we failed. That now is the past. We made wrong choices. And we can correct them if you allow us. Because if you don't, we refuse to talk with each other, not at each other. And I know many people now will be relating with what is happening in the country. I'm talking about the family setup. Because you will also have your own families. The fears that your parents had are the ones that make us sometimes as strict as you see us. But when one day, I want to finish, I'm concluding because this is very important when we talk about freedom and how freedom must be handled with responsibility. Because when those other mothers buried their children, I became more fearful. And so I was told that, there were these girls who are lining these drinks with whatever. Yeah? Mchele hii. So one day I see a girl coming. And he comes to my house from the back door, and I turned her back from where she came from. And I told her, please, he's not here. And he was listening because he had invited this girl. It was the time he was doing his exams. And I thought it was important he concentrates. So you see the things which make us wrong choices, sometimes they are good things. I want my son to pass his exams. What is wrong with that? I want my son to live and not die. Because I don't want to bury my son. I want my son to bury me. So what is wrong with that? But had I spoken to him, and we understand each other on this relationship, maybe he would not have told me what he told me. Unaona vile mnanichekelea nyinyi. It is true. Freedom of choice, making the right choices with knowledge and agreeing to face the truth. Those are the two things that we read. That when you know the truth, it shall make you free. And so I spoke to my son. I asked him, why are you so angry that I sent the girl away? He said, because she's my friend. And I told him, when we were growing up, he told me, this is not the time when you are growing up. I am the one who is growing up now. And you must understand, your time and mine are different. In fact, that one is my study partner. You just chased her away. And you have embarrassed me. And it is true. And when we started engaging, the next time the girl came, I'm the one who welcomed her. And I was happy. Today, I am the one who is urging them to bring girls. And I help them with their choice. So there is still something good remaining between us two. And every time now I call, he says, Mom, please, this time, don't ask me to bring the girl. Now, well, I'm the one who was saying they don't come. Now he's the one who is asking, don't ask me. So there is time, an appointed time for everything. And if only we can understand one another, perhaps we'll be able to make the right decisions with the freedom God has given us. We are your parents, and you are our children. And I always say this, and because I can see most of our congregants here, they are young people. We made a mistake in bringing you up in the wrong way. Don't make the same error. Love your children. Speak with them. Make sure you are not chasing their friends. Speak with them and make sure as you speak, also let them listen. We have become friends. My husband is a friend of my children from when they were young. Many people see him out there and they speak about how strict he looks. You should just come and find him in his natural habitat. He's a wonderful father. He used to be a Dio. And you know Dio's those times, and he was slim. I'm the one who spoiled the figure. I made sure I cooked, and he ate. Because I'm a wife also. I cook. I iron his clothes. I never stop. I love to do what I must do. So that the children would come. The father would come from work, even it's lunchtime. He's wearing this hat with the emblem there. And when he comes in, the first thing the children ask him is to go down on his knees